Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Rider Review. My apologies for this episode. I know it looks a little bit different because I'm not sitting at my table right now. I also don't have the Rider hat on because the Riders did lose. I'm going to make that something like if they lose, not wear the hat. If they win, wear the hat. But, I guess, let's start this game off. I did not call into the Green Zone post-game show last night. I'm recording this on Sunday, just because I couldn't bring myself to do it. That was, let's say it what it is. It was an abysmal game. Sorry, George is attacking me right now. I'm gonna have to move him down off here. But anyways, yeah, our defense was horrible. We got dominated in the trenches. Damian Alford had to run 2 routes all game, and he scored it says here, Alford scored, where is it here? Damian Alford scored 2 touchdowns, and all he had to do was run 2 routes the entire time, and he got 156 yards, which is insane. That guy, he earned himself that first overall selection. If he hasn't already shown why he was the first overall selection in the 2025 CFL draft, he's definitely showing it now, you know. And then, their running attack was solid, way better than ours was, you know. Dedrick Mills went 14 carries for 85 yards, didn't score a touchdown, but our defensive line was straight butter. That's how easy he cut through it, you know. Really, there was really nothing our defense could do. And, you know, my dad sent me a text midway through that game, you know. This prevent defense is going to prevent us from winning. And it quite literally did. It did yesterday. So, you know, there's not much I can do. But, yeah. Anyways, sorry, I gotta deal with George again. Because he's being mean. Anyways, so let's continue here. Let's talk about the offense. Wow, holy, Trevor Harris looked like complete garbage. Yeah, he looked flat. He looked all 38 or 39 years of him. Now, yeah, he did end up going for over 400 yards passing, but that was only because at the end of the game, the team was stat padding. Right? Harris was 36 of 44 for 425 yards and a touchdown. Did not look one bit like the Trevor Harris we saw in the first 4 weeks of the season. Nothing at all. And then our running game was non-existent. Flat out, straight up, non-existent. Our carrying totals, that's between AJ, Tommy Stevens, and Kaden Carey. Between those 3 guys, we had a total of 9 carries. From doing the quick math here, 16 yards. 16 yards was our rushing total. Now, the thing is, I'm not going to put too much stock into this game because, you know, our offensive line was literally taped together. We had a few guys out, and you know what? When you have a duct tape offensive line, there's literally nothing you can do. You know what I mean? So, you can only hope for a better rushing attack than what we got. And I think that was part of the reason that, you know, it was a big reason as to why we lost. And then Joe Robustelli went for 191 yards and a touchdown. I'm pretty sure in stadium they said over 200 yards on the day. So I don't know if that's the correct stat line from the CFL, but Robustelli had a phenomenal game, and I'm remembering one play along the sidelines there, and that was literally in the damn near the exact spot, or the same. Well, it's the same sideline, and goes up there and makes a catch, gets his foot in bounds, and I don't know who's covering, but Robustelli has got a future in this CFL. Like, this guy is insane. Like, I was impressed by his performance in the preseason, right? Like, I've been to every single game so far, and I mean, we're gonna get to the fan experience because I feel like that's something that just needs to be talked about today, right? I guess special teams. Lowther going 1 for 3. What is brutal in a game against the Calgary Stampeders. We only play them 2 times this season, so point differential counts. And Lowther missed 2 of his 3 field goals, which you just can't do. I got a point. I'm gonna point to there were 2 times where Mace elected to go for the 7 points, like the 2 touchdowns, rather than just kicking the field goals. And that would have made it what? I think we were down 14, so that would have made it an 8-point game at the end of the day, right? And if we hit that last field goal, what makes it a 5-point game, right? But no, Mace decides to go for the touchdown. Goes for it on 3rd down in that second half. You know, like that, at the end of the season, that is going to loom huge. And Brett Lowther, you know, I'm not going to fault him for missing those field goals. I mean, from where my brother and I were sitting, they looked like they went in. They looked like they were good kicks, and maybe Brett Lowther's just having a few off games. You know, there's not much you can really say right now. I think you just gotta roll with the punches, and I think that's all you can really say. I guess now let's touch on the fan experience. My grandpa and I went to the game the night before, or we went to the stadium the night before. Obviously, you know, we're expecting a game, but we didn't get one. My grandpa didn't stay there the entire 4.5 hours, but we were there a good 4.5 hours, and I mean, that is just, I mean, you know, looking back at it, you know, it was nice being out there spending time with family for that 4 hours, but the fact that the CFL, like the game went against the rules of the CFL, I mean, that just, you know, that shows the fact that the teams went against the CFL's rules and, you know, was able to come up with an agreement with the CFL, and the fact that fans were still there if it would have been an 11:15 p.m. kickoff just shows the insanity that is the Saskatchewan Roughriders fans. And we are the best fans in the CFL. Like, it, I mean, yeah, we may be harsh on our team, but we're the best fans in the CFL. I'm just going to say it flat out. I mean, sitting there 4.5 hours was insane. And I mean, I'm insane. What can I say? But yeah, I mean, I know this was kind of a weird episode, a little bit rushed, but I'm getting it out to you guys. And I will see you next week after the Riders hopefully reclaim first in the CFL. After, I believe, they play, let's see who they play next week. I think they play the BC Lions. Sorry, I have my laptop up behind me here. So, yeah, looks like, yeah, next week they are in BC. So, you can only hope that Winnipeg, I feel bad saying that. We can only hope that Winnipeg beats Calgary, and then Saskatchewan beats BC. See you guys.